Driving through the neon rain, feeling static in my brain. The street is glowing like a purple sea. Everything is where it's meant to be. Soft touch on a chrome control. Let the rhythm take a hold. The night is young and the air is sweet. Moving to the pulse of the street. And the engine starts to sing a song. We've been waiting for this all along. Faster than the speed of light, shining through the velvet night. The energy is building high underneath the digital sky. Lost inside the electric velvet. Everything is moving so smooth. Lost inside the electric velvet. Everything is moving so smooth. Gliding on a silver track, looking forward, never back. The architecture of a modern soul, losing every bit of self-control. I find the comfort in the rhythmic spark, dancing through the corners of the dark. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Can you feel the pulse? Can you feel the heat? Everything you want is under your feet. Lost inside the electric velvet. Everything is moving so smooth. High above the city glass, watching all the shadows pass. The sky is tinted in a neon blue, reflecting everything I see in you. Crystal bubbles deep inside the cosmic sea, floating where I want to be. The stars are melting into pools of gold, stories that the universe has told. I feel the ripple in the silent space, looking for a familiar face. The world is dripping in a neon blue, waiting for a signal to come through. And the engine starts to hum a tune, walking on the surface of the moon, higher than we've ever been, seeing things we've never seen. The energy is building high underneath the digital sky, drowning in the liquid starlight. Everything is glow so bright, drowning in the liquid starlight. Everything is glow so bright. Silver waves on the dark horizon, something beautiful is arising. The architecture of a dream in flight, catching all the colors of the night. I find the comfort in the rhythmic flow, letting all the heavy moments go. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Drip, drop, never stop, feel the shine, it's all mine. Drip, drop, never stop, feel the shine, it's all mine. Drip, drop, 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 la 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 la. Drowning in the liquid starlight. Everything is glowing so bright. Just let it flow. In the starlight glow. Day. Black jacket and a silver soul, losing every bit of self-control. The street is humming like a wire in the dark, waiting for the fire and a sudden spark. I see my shadow on a chrome-plated wall, standing very steady, standing very tall. The world is turning in a neon gray, watching as the daylight fades away. And the engine starts to breathe a fire, everything I ever did desire, moving through the midnight haze, inside of the digital maze. The energy is building high underneath the heavy sky, reflecting in the midnight chrome. Boom, 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 boom. This is where I call my home. Boom, 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 boom. Reflecting in the midnight chrome. This is where I call my home. Frozen pavement in a laser light, everything is sharp inside the night. The architecture of a metal mind, leaving all the simple things behind. I find the comfort in the rhythmic pulse, nothing in the system can repulse. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night.
Break the code, hit the road, feel the steel, make it real, 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 real.
in the midnight chrome. This is where I call my home. Just let it shine. Tracing lines along the purple glow, watching how the solar rivers flow. The silent wind is calling out my name. In a world that's never felt the same, I see the curvature of neon light fading slowly into crystal night. The galaxy is breathing in a silver heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the sensors hum a cosmic song, right where I have always belonged. Looking past the edge of time, everything is starting to feel sublime. The energy is building high underneath the digital sky. Chasing shadows on the neon horizon. Everything is silent and bright. Chasing shadows on the neon horizon. Everything is silent and bright. Frozen orbits in the marble room, strong enough to break away the gloom. The architecture of a rising soul, taking back a bit of self-control. I find a comfort in the rhythmic drift, waiting for the cosmic kind of shift. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Beyond the blue, the truth is new. Hold the view, it's just for you. Chasing shadows on the neon horizon. Chasing shadows on the neon horizon. Rising, rising, rising. Just let it fade into the Counting down the numbers on the screen, seeing colors that I've never seen. The circuits humming in a rhythmic line. Everything is starting to feel so fine. I feel the static in the silver cloud. pushing through the heavy atmosphere. Nothing left for us to really feel. The energy is building high underneath the digital sky. Feel the rhythm of the velocity pulse. Nothing in the system can repulse. Feel the rhythm of the velocity pulse. Nothing in the system can repulse. Nothing in the system can repulse. Frozen friction on a metal track. Moving forward, never looking back. The architecture of a racing heart, falling for a digital kind of art. I find the comfort in the rhythm of speed, giving every moment what I need. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Push the limit, stay within it, catch the flow, ready to go. Push the limit, stay within it, catch the flow, ready to go. Feel the rhythm of the velocity pulse. Nothing in the system can repulse. Just let it run until we're Sub-zero logic in a silicone brain. No more sorrow and no more pain. The system's breathing in a frozen blue. Everything is starting to feel so new. I feel the static on the cobalt floor, locking every single open door. The world is cooling in a silver heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the cooling fans hum a quiet song, right where I have always belonged. Inside the ice and the digital mist, giving everything a cyber twist. The energy is building high underneath the frozen sky. Caught inside the cobalt frost tonight. Everything is sharp and bright. Caught inside the cobalt frost tonight. Everything is sharp and bright. Frozen circuits in a silent row, watching how the binary rivers flow. The architecture of a crystal soul, finally reaching for the grand control. I find the comfort in the rhythmic chill, standing perfectly and standing still. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Freeze the frame, end the game. Hold the breath beyond the inside the logic of a crystal cube. I see the world through a transparent wall, watching every single shadow fall. The energy is pulsing in the silver heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the system starts to run a race through the emptiness of time and space, higher than the birds have ever flown. In a world that's purely our own, the energy is building high underneath the digital sky. Moving with the glass velocity tonight. Everything is transparent and bright. Moving with the glass velocity tonight. Everything is transparent and bright. Frozen friction in a silent stream, living inside of a high-speed dream. The architecture of a fragile heart, falling for a digital kind of art. I find comfort in a rhythmic glide, with nowhere left for the truth to hide. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Break the shell, ring the bell, hold the view, passing moving with the glass velocity tonight. Everything is transparent and bright. Just let it break, for goodness sake. Just let it break, for goodness sake. Dark corridors in a carbon frame, playing a very different kind of game. The stone is polished to a digital shine. Everything is starting to feel like mine. I feel the static in the heavy air, walking like I'm really not even there. The world is turning in a velvet black, moving forward, never looking back. And the cooling fans hum a deeper song, right where I have always belonged, inside the shadows and the obsidian glow, watching as the binary rivers flow. The energy is building high underneath the midnight sky, caught inside the obsidian pulse tonight. Everything is heavy and bright, caught inside the obsidian pulse tonight. ignite the spark, hold the throne in the storm. Caught inside the Obsidian Pulse tonight. Everything is heavy and bright. Just let it sink. On the brink. Just let it sink. On the brink. Synthesize. Synthesize garden in a glass cage. Turn into a brand new digital page. The leaves are glowing in a lime green light, feeding on the energy of the night. I see the blossoms in a neon pink, faster than a human eye can blink. The world is blooming in the silver heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the garden hums a happy song, right where I have always belonged, growing through the wires in the crown. Inside of this electric home, the energy is building high underneath the digital sky. Dancing with the electric petals tonight. Everything is colorful and bright. Dancing with the electric petals tonight. Everything is colorful and bright. Frozen pollen on a carbon floor, opening up a magic kind of door. The architecture of a metal rose, watching how the binary river flows. I find the comfort in the rhythmic spark, lighting up the corners of the dark. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Feel the bloom, break the gloom, hold the scent, heaven sent. Dancing with the electric petals tonight. Everything is colorful and bright. Just let it go. The only life we know. Deep blue pressure on a silver skin, where the secrets of the world begin. The water's humming in a rhythmic sigh, underneath the digital drowning sky. I feel the pull of a sapphire stream, living in a heavy liquid dream. The world is cooling in the neon heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the ocean hums a quiet song, right where I have always belonged, drifting down where the light is dim, watching every cyber shadow swim. The energy is building high, floating in the sapphire current tonight. Everything is silent and bright. Floating in the sapphire current tonight. Everything is silent and bright. Frozen salt on a carbon floor, opening up a different kind of door. The architecture of a coral heart, falling for a digital kind of art. I find a comfort in the riptide, with nowhere left for the soul to hide. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Dive so deep, secrets keep. Hold the flow down below. Floating in the sapphire current tonight. Everything is silent and bright. Just let it sink over the brain, over the brain. Golden signals on a high-rise floor, always searching for a little more. The sun is burning in a rhythmic flash, turning every shadow into ash. I feel the static in the amber heat, running through the pulses of the street. The world is shining in a silver glow, watching how the solar rivers flow. And the panels hum a golden song, right where I have always belonged, higher than the clouds have ever been. Seeing things that we have never seen, the energy is building high underneath the burning sky. Caught inside the amber flare tonight. Everything is golden and bright. Caught inside the amber flare tonight. Everything is golden and bright. Everything is golden and bright. Frozen seconds on a metal roof, finally finding all the digital proof. The architecture of a solar heart, falling for a digital kind of art. I find the comfort in the rhythmic spark, chasing out the corners of the dark. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Ignite the gold, break the mold, hold the heat in the beat. Ignite the gold. stone, finding peace when I'm all alone. The quartz is singing in a rhythmic hum, watching where the cosmic rivers come. I see the world in a silver blur, waiting for the magic to occur. The galaxy is breathing in a neon heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat, and the vacuum hums a quiet song, right where I have always belonged, higher than the gravity can hold. Stories that the universe has told, the energy is building high underneath the digital sky. Lost inside the quartz echo tonight. Everything is silent and bright. Lost inside the quartz echo tonight. Everything is silent and bright. Frozen seconds on a marble floor. I don't wanna go back anymore. The architecture of a crystal heart, falling for a digital kind of art. I find the comfort in the rhythmic drift, waiting for a mental kind of shift. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Hear the sound above the ground, hold the view passing through. Lost inside the quartz echo tonight. Everything is silent and bright. Just let it fade, just let it fade. In the light we made, just let it Rushing through the indigo line, everything is starting to feel so fine. Digital rivers in the silent race, looking for a brand new kind of space. I feel the static in a violet blur, knowing exactly what we were. The world is pulsing in a silver heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat, and the network hums a faster song, right where I have always belonged, higher than a signal can go, watching as the electric rivers flow. The energy is building high underneath the digital sky. Caught inside the indigo stream tonight. Everything is moving and bright. Caught inside the indigo stream tonight. Everything is moving and bright. Caught inside the indigo stream tonight. Everything is moving and bright. Frozen data on a silicon track, moving forward, never looking back. The architecture of a fluid mind, leaving all the heavy things behind. I find the comfort in the rhythmic speed, giving every moment what I need. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Ride the wave, be the brave. vibration in my feet. The sky is glowing in a burnt orange hue, reflecting everything I thought I knew. I see the drones in a rhythmic flight, cutting through the shadows of the night. The world is turning in a golden heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the city hums a metallic song, right where I have always belonged, higher than the iron towers go. Watching as the electric rivers flow, the energy is building high underneath the copper sky. Lost inside the copper horizon tonight. Everything is solid and bright. Lost inside the copper horizon tonight. Everything is solid and bright. Frozen circuits on a heavy door, searching for a little something more. The architecture of a metal dream, moving like a steady silent stream. I find the comfort in the rhythmic spark, lighting up the corners of the dark. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Build the frame, start the flame, hold the gear, eliminate fear. Lost inside the copper horizon tonight. Everything is solid and bright. Lost inside the copper horizon tonight. Just let it shine. Across the line. Crystal leaves in a neon breeze, walking through the digital trees. The light is flickering an emerald green, like a world that's never been seen. I feel the static in a garden of glass, watching all the electric shadows pass. The world is glowing in a silver heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the garden hums a secret song, right where I have always belonged, higher than the gravity can pull, filling up the emptiness so full. The energy is building high underneath the digital sky. Lost inside the emerald flicker tonight. Everything is magical and bright. Lost inside the emerald flicker tonight. Everything is magical and bright. Frozen dew on a silicone petal, mixing the organic with the metal. The architecture of a green-lit soul, finally taking back the grand control. I find that comfort in the rhythmic spark, dancing through the corners of the dark. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Watch the glow, let it grow, feel the spark in the dark. out of the blue, finding a signal, starting anew. The air is humming with a static force, moving along a predestined course. I feel the pull of a heavy light, guiding me through the digital night. The world is turning in a velvet heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the gravity hums a silent song, right where I have always belonged, floating higher than the mind can go, watching as the violet rivers flow. The energy is building high underneath the digital sky. Caught in the violet gravity tonight. Everything is silent and bright. Caught in the violet gravity tonight. Everything is silent and bright. Frozen seconds in a neon haze, lost inside of a beautiful maze. The architecture of a drifting soul, letting go of the final control. I find the comfort in a rhythmic shift, waiting for the cosmic kind of drift. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Feel the weight, accept the fate, hold the view, passing caught in the violet gravity. twist the beam inside the dream. Clean the lens where it begins. Lost inside the silver reflection tonight. Everything is clear and bright. Just let it shine. One more time. One point of light in an endless dark. The final jump of a golden spark. All the data flows into the center. A world that only the brave can enter. I feel the heat of a burning core, giving me strength like never before. The universe is breathing in the silver heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the gravity sings a royal song, right where I have always belonged, at the edge of time where the lines unite, bathed in the glow of eternal light. The energy is building high underneath the digital sky, standing at the eternal singularity. Everything is power and clarity. Standing at the eternal singularity. Everything is power and clarity. Frozen orbits in a perfect ring, listening to what the circuits sing. The architecture of a godlike soul, taking back the ultimate control. I find the comfort in the rhythmic fire, lifting my spirit even higher. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Join the one under the sun. Hold the flame. Forget the name. Standing at the eternal singularity. Everything is power and clarity. Standing at the eternal singularity. Everything is power and clarity. Just let it be. The energy. The energy. Everything is soft and burning bright. The air is filtered to a perfect state. No more pressure and no more weight. I feel the static on a silken sheet, watching how the binary pulses beat. The world is breathing in a silver heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the silence hums a gentle song right where I have always belonged. Pure and simple like a data stream, living in high definition dream. The energy is building high underneath the digital sky. Wrapped inside the static silk tonight, everything is delicate and bright. Wrapped inside the static silk tonight, everything is delicate and bright. Everything is delicate and bright. Everything is delicate and bright. Frozen patterns on a marble floor. I don't need the chaos anymore. The architecture of a quiet mind, leaving all the noisy things behind. I find the comfort in the rhythmic rest, feeling like a digital kind of guest. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Clear the air, nowhere there. Hold the breath, beyond the bed. Wrapped inside the static silk tonight, everything is delicate and bright. Just let it stay. It's this way. One becomes the two and two the four, walking through a never opening door. The symmetry is carved in silver glass, watching how the electric shadows pass. I see the reflection of a digital soul, playing a very different kind of role. The world is doubling in a neon heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the mirrors hum a twin-like song right where I have always belonged. Looking left and looking to the right, everything is perfectly inside. The energy is building high underneath the digital sky. Caught inside the double echo tonight. Everything is balanced and bright. Caught inside the double echo tonight. Everything is balanced and bright. Frozen angles in a crystal frame. In this world we have no other name. The architecture of a dual mind, leaving all the single things behind. I find the comfort in the rhythmic match, waiting for the system's perfect catch. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Twin the thought piece is part, hold the view, one is two. circle is complete. Burning white across a charcoal sky, watching how the electric rivers fly. The trail is glowing in a frozen heat. Everything is starting to feel complete. I see the friction in a digital blur, remembering exactly who we were. The universe is breathing in a neon light, moving to the rhythm of the night. And the system hums a cosmic song, right where I have always belonged. Faster than the gravity can hold, into the stories that were never told. The energy is building high underneath the digital sky, falling with the meteor velocity tonight. Everything's burning and bright, falling with the meteor velocity tonight. Everything's burning and bright. Frozen seconds in a high-speed chase, finding my soul in a different place. The architecture of a racing heart, falling for a digital kind of art. I find the comfort in the rhythmic drift, waiting for the final kind of shift. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Catch the spark through the dark, hold the flame beyond the falling with the meteor velocity tonight. Everything's burning and bright. Just let it grow. Where the meteors go. Droplets of light on a silver floor. I don't wanna look back anymore. The water's humming in the deep cerulean blue, showing me a vision that is purely true. I feel the pulse of a cooling stream, falling through the layers of a digital dream. The world is breathing in a liquid heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the fountain plays a silent song, right where I have always belonged. Drifting in the shadows of a neon tide, with nowhere left for the truth to hide. The energy is built it go. Hold the blue inside of you. Drowning in the cerulean flow tonight. Everything is liquid, and bright. Just let it spill over the hill. Just let it spill over the hill. Pink reflections on a marble wall. Standing steady, standing tall. The light is filtered through a rose gold lens. This is where the binary struggle ends. I feel the warmth of a crystal sun. Now the beautiful work has begun. The world is glowing in a velvet heat, moving to the rhythm of the beat. And the horizon hums a tender song, right where I have always belonged. Higher than the gravity of pain, watching as the electric rivers rain. The energy is building high underneath the rose quartz sky. Lost inside the rose quartz horizon tonight. Everything is glowing and bright. Lost inside the rose quartz horizon tonight. Everything is glowing and bright. Frozen petals on a silicone floor. I don't need the shadows anymore. The architecture of a loving mind, leaving all the heavy things behind. I find the comfort in the rhythmic glow, letting the internal rivers flow. We are drifting like a piece of light, knowing just how beautiful the night. Soft as a dream, pure as the stream. Hold the glow, let it show. Lost inside the rose quartz horizon tonight. Everything is glowing and bright. Lost inside the rose quartz horizon tonight. Everything is glowing and bright. Just let it shine across the Soft reflections on a silver thread. Everything that should have been unsaid. The light is weaving through a digital loom, secrets